Hello, welcome back to another game. Still no message from Gotham Chess, but we carry on with a chance to play the Petrov. And we get the Petrov. Feels like as soon as we get e4 on the board, we're basically getting a Petrov. This is like the main line bit. Most importantly, we play d6 first, and then there's a heap of moves. These three are the kind of three most common. See if we get d3, d4, or queen e2. So opponent 2100, really weird spread of elos, 1000 rated blitz over 4 games, 2100 rapid over 87 games, classical just under 2000 with 336 games, and then chess 960 like 1500 with 11 games. So this is nice that they're already having a bit of a think. I strongly suspect that we'll get one of these moves. And I've also so it's Monday afternoon, so got this on stream. I also set up my lead chess, so I think it gives you like an icon or something that you're streaming. I had to set something up that got approved previously, but I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Knight there, I think we just take it. Yeah, so if I can show as that I'm streaming on lead chess, I was like, it might be interesting, but I don't know whether it will play so well for me, because obviously my opponent could just start watching the stream. But we'll see what happens. I think this pin looks interesting, so we'll go for that. It already feels relatively drawish. It might be interesting for white to try and castle this way. I need to decide what I'm going to do with this bishop. E7 is likely. I can go here, but then I can get pinned. So I think I'll probably just put my bishop here and get castled. Maybe we'll get some opposite side castling. They play queen d2, set up for castling long, and it's often quite a good idea for white to castle this way with this kind of pawn structure, because actually having doubled c pawns gives you an element of protection. Like if I try and launch my b pawn up the board, it's got to first get rid of this doubled c pawn. So I think any advancement will have to rely on my a pawn, and it's likely by the time it gets to a3 that they can simply just play b3. So I'm thinking maybe at some point that this a pawn will advance, this will push forward, which will weaken c3, and then with the bishop sitting on f6, that might be the way to try and crack into this. But we shall see. So I might come back and then I get hit with this, but I think that's still the way to go. I think at g4 I come back. They do still have march on me coming this way. So maybe bishop g4 isn't correct. Way back. Why is it not going backwards? Okay, bishop e2. So I think I just want to play knight out and castle. The other question is, do I want to play knight d7? And the answer is I don't know. So knight d7's going to go to... Well, they both fight for similar squares, don't they? I suppose this gives me the option of building up this way. This gives me an option of queen coming up. Castling is flexible. This. I'm going to go this way. Gives me some flexibility still castling here. It does block my queen in, so I suppose one option I was maybe hanging on to is if we see g4 and they come back and they try and castle long, maybe I could have gone long as well. Whereas now, obviously, I can't go long because the queen's in the way. I mean, I can still do. I just have to play bishop here, but I don't think I really want to play bishop here. If they're already playing g4, it just gives them another tempo with g5. Yeah, so now the queen does come down. Do we start with a5? Hit him with a bit of a warning shot, or just get castled and say, if you want to throw stuff at me, you can do. I suppose the perk of the knight is that the knight can come down to like f8, which is often quite a useful move. Yeah, let's say we're not scared, we can castle. So interesting if they go this way, then I think we'll just throw our a pawn up the board and something's going to happen. Maybe even got bishop e4. To try and like maybe get something in there. Bishop e4, like a knight here. Maybe f5. Feels a bit premature, doesn't it, f5? But... yeah, so they castle long. So yeah, this is an option. You can't play here. Yeah, it's just a bit of an annoying move, that really, isn't it? If you come here, maybe I can take. I don't know if I'm that brave. Here. I think we just start with a5. Do we start with a5 or do we go here? So I suppose they want to play this next. And then this. And then this, probably. We might start with this. I still want to play a5. Maybe even play b5 and just give it up as a straight sacrifice, just to give myself access to the b file. Yeah. Is this a threat? Like we end up playing here. I suppose is the threat here, here, and then here. I feel like rook here, so I've always got a knight f8 might be useful. Maybe some pin ideas or something. Or just continue a4, here, here, here. Yeah, I'm just going to carry on a4. It's not my favourite when I get attacked. Okay, now I've got knight e5. to play here. Just trying to apply some pressure to this pin. And the fact that your g-pawn is hanging, but yeah, say it's very risky taking that g-pawn. It's not so easy to defend this knight. Like I say, this is the only move that really comes to mind. Maybe we can take. Are we feeling brave? Other option, I can take. Bishop takes. Doesn't really do much for me. So this, to take the poison g-pawn or not to take the poison g-pawn. I can take it, I can put a bishop here. I think it's my play. Am I brave enough? Am I brave? And I mean, it's not ideal that there could be some like f3s, but the reason I feel comfortable enough is that the knight obviously attacks e3 bishop. And this structure is actually very difficult to try and break down. Maybe I have to play something like d5 c6 to open up sacrifice ideas on a3. Maybe I play queen d7 to try and uncover something here. It's all going to stem around the g7 pawn, and if I can get enough support for it. So like I say, I think having a bishop on one of the main lines is going to be through this diagonal. Some description, whether it's bishop, whether it's queen. I mean, it's likely they can have like two rooks lined up, a bishop pinning me here. Okay, so I can chop off that bishop, which is absolutely critical. So this feels huge that I can get rid of the dark split bishop and then put my own bishop here. Well, the only thing I didn't calculate was any of this nonsense. So I can go here just to try and win a tempo, and then here, and then here. Or we chop off the knight, and then bishop takes. This pawn's a bit ropey, and then here. I'm suddenly looking at this diagonal, but it obviously doesn't quite work. What about f5? Is f5 an option? What's the move? Rook e1, rook e1. Maybe sit the bishop there. Maybe that's the move. You can't take because of check. So rook e1, probably get this. Then I retreat back here. Yeah, rook e1. And just look at this sacrifice. So it's like takes, check here. Queen coming here, but no, I always have an f6 blocker. Yeah. So rook e1. Queen here, this here. That there. Then I've got this. Yeah. It's a bit risky, maybe letting the knight live. Because this light squared bishop, I don't think it's going to contribute much, whereas the knight obviously can do. Well, the light squared bishop is not going to contribute anything on this g7 weakness. But maybe it's not the g7 weakness, maybe it's the h7 weakness that they play for. So for either of these moves, I play bishop f8. Yeah, and bishop f8, yeah, it's useful. Because like even on like h6, g6, and queen trying to come around this way, bishop f8 puts a stop to it. I mean, also does bishop f6. So I think ultimately I'd like a bishop coming here, a queen going to f6. Do I have this? Something small. So another option is this, and I think, well then check here, queen takes. I was thinking here, pawn takes there to win the queen. Maybe it's that better on f6. I don't know. Now I'm thinking like queen d4. Queen d4. I think I play f6, which is not the prettiest of moves. Really traps this bishop away. Yeah, I can only really play f6. I don't have time for anything else. I don't even have time for c5, because you can take with check. I either take with the bishop and get mated, or I move to the corner and then I get mated on g8. So here I think I have to play f6, or sack up full rook, is it? I can't play here because this pawn is pinned. I mean, I have like some sacrifice ideas in the future. Taking here would be nice if I could take the knight to uncover this rook pin, but I don't have it because queen just moved aside. I don't mind having to play f6 actually because it stops the knight from coming in. And that's a square where I can't attack it with my light squared bishop. I mean, if they go for this kind of maneuver, this is one of the danger squares, as is h5. But both of those are light squares where my light squared bishop could chop it off if I need to. I'm also looking maybe at some point in the future of like a rook a5, rook lift. There's a I might just take here. Or draw some arrows probably, or here. Or d5. Suppose I take there. Where are you going with your queen? Not anywhere that you can target h7. Somewhere that you could target f7. You go here. I go here. Can I do that? So it takes, I expect here, attacking the bishop. And there. And there. And there. And then I get forced to push. I'm going to go for it. Here is one plan, or bishop b3. I think this plan is better. I mean, I give up on b7, but that's fine. Maybe this is interesting. I don't know. Then more than this. Yes. Yeah, this is interesting. I was thinking bishop b3. Takes. Feels okay. So I can play bishop e3 or no, or nothing. And now am I forced to play h6? I was saying the interesting line at some point is this. Sack a queen for, and I get the rook coming in. Check, you're forced here. Check. Here. Check. Bishop blocks or something. To this. And here. Yeah, maybe it is the light square that I get bullied on. I don't really want to play g6, do I? g6 takes. That feels a bit dicey. f5? No, just needless sacrifice. So what was the issue with h6? Oh, queen here. My pieces get caught offside. So is there any legs in this again? Okay, here? Not really. No, definitely not, I don't think. Is it g6 then? Takes. Rook over. This is not good. Would I just let them take it? Go for my big rook left. Jack. Then come back. Preemptively just going here? No, it gives you this. 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 Where's my time gone? That feels bad. What was the other option? Just let him take. Don't think I went for the right lines here. Maybe my bishop was best placed on f6. I also burnt through my time. Oh, this is bad. I often find you get a chance in these games. I shouldn't have burnt through all my time. I'm 2 pawns up. It doesn't matter if I give a pawn back, does it? So this is okay. We'll lose our h7 pawn, and we won't stress about it. We'll play rook here, and like win the game or something. Now, do I threaten anything different? There takes, there, there. No, still the same old. Here, here, and a piece. So if knight takes, maybe rook here is a threat. I'm still trying to get this thing to work. There, check. You go here, I take here. Does that give me some options? Still not forcing enough. Maybe knight takes, we go here. What are we playing? What are we playing? What are we playing? What are we playing? I don't know. Oh, I just blundered. I literally just looked at this. That is stupid. Okay, get away with it. Let's just try and kick this queen away. And then maybe we can come in here, depending where they go. Yeah, and again, I literally looked at this move a second ago. Yeah, I literally looked at that when the rook was standing there. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Oh no, I'll just hold my queen. so taking's fine. Okay, just play bishop e7. Okay. Taking the pawn is okay. Yeah, taking the doctor bishop felt good here. Okay, fine. So f. Oh, you can take the bishop. Interesting. f5. Yeah, and going up to f. Okay, this is still better for me, but not taking the pawn. Yeah, so this way I just have to sack it. Okay. Because if we go here. Yeah, king h8. That was rubbish. Push the pawn, really? Huh. King's trap. Yeah, I'm just not seeing stuff.